Morning, Madam Chair, members. Kevin McCarthy, President of the Arizona Tax Research Association, in opposition. I know you have a long agenda, and I will be brief. We could spend 2 hours talking about the history of Rio Nuevo, and I won't do that. Let me just try to impress upon you why we have always opposed sales tax increment financing and what you are about to approve and the precedent associated with us. In the 90s, an idea surfaced to build a theme park out in Gilbert on vacant land, and as you now are hearing, foregone revenue, there's nothing there. You don't have anything to lose. Let us take state money, because if you don't give it to us, we're not going to build it, and away we go. That actually passed. Many cities and communities watched that measure and said, that's one heck of an idea. If we can go to the Capitol and convince lawmakers to let us have their money, their sales tax money, to spend locally, whether it's building a stadium, whether it's building a bridge for Phoenix International Raceway, whatever. So luckily, most of the ideas, the big line that started, first it was one company, one entity wanting a theme park in Gilbert. After it was approved, the line went out the door and down the block, folks wanting to sell you on their local project. Gratefully, most of them failed. Tucson came up with the idea that they didn't even have to explain what the project was. The theory was, you owe us. Those were the headlines. Those were the editorials in Tucson. You owe us. We haven't had our turn to get our state money, and so just pass the bill. And believe it or not, that was the context of how that passed. What you're about to do, approving it again, an extension from them, is being watched by everybody. And I'll just close by telling you, if you're comfortable, what you really have to be comfortable with sales tax increment financing is not so much who you're saying yes to, who do you say no to? Every community in the state of Arizona would love to have this smoking deal, where they're getting half of the state shared sales tax coming out of their community. Every one of you could go into every community you represent and say, is there anything that you'd like to do here? Anything that you could do with tens of millions of state dollars to build a convention center, to build a bridge, or maybe to build a new fire station? It doesn't matter. Sky's the limit on the ideas. That's the precedent that's been set. It works so poorly, the lawmakers literally stripped the statutes of all sales tax increment financing once they learned the slippery slope that they are on. This is a significant issue. It's a significant loss in revenue, but more important to that, I think you can guarantee that it's going to lead to more of it, and we strongly encourage you not to extend this. That I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Great. Members? Questions?
Thank you.
None? Thank you so much, Mr. McCarthy.
And Madam Chair, we just had one. Members, is Mr. Clodfelter is signed in. If necessary, are there any questions from members? I don't even know if he is here.